Welcome back to Digi Bros. Still in 2-1 of
We're in Digi Bros.
whatever the Stonefang Tunnel.
Interesting feel to this game because it's like at a level like this, it's like so much slower and more methodical than any other Souls game. Where it's like you really feel like you're just kind of in a level, you're getting through it, you have no idea when it's gonna end.
But it's because it's a lot more like densely packed, and like every
dense.
room feels like a unique challenge.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things you gotta like.
Open doors, and, like,
open
pull
doors.
Levers. There's a lot more cutscenes in this
Stop
game.
fire. Yeah.
Lots
of little things to do. It's not as streamlined.
Which I think you're about to stop the fire when you turn that knob. Yeah, I had some fun times over the past week and a half that I just remembered, actually, with videos I made. So, our Ratchet and Clank video where we bitched about Trevor bitching about pizza came out.
Yeah.
Trevor responded that we may have changed his mind about pizza crust.
Really?
Possibly.
Yeah, fucking right.
But there was also a great interaction, which I love that this is, like, okay, you know, our friend Donson, he texts Trevor all the time. For those who don't remember, if anyone not filled in on the friend stuff, Trevor, friend of the show and ourselves, from Virginia Beach, but currently residing in Florida because he's in school. And when he comes up to visit, then we hang out with him and shit. But he's in Florida right now. So he watches Digi Bros as a way of, like, keeping up with what's going on here. Drop down there. Don't go up there. Drop down there. He watches Digi Bros to keep up with what's going on with everybody and shit like that. And
why down here? Where
never mind.
What are you fucking talking about? Okay. Wasting my time.
Anyway.
Jesus Christ.
But he'll watch my videos and shit, like, if it's something relevant to him. And so he watched my Life of Pablo angry rant.
Yeah.
Which was fucking hilarious. Because, like, he likes the album. But he seems to also really like my video. But not agree with it at all. And I'm trying to get a grasp on it. I really want to ask him, and I was gonna say, you know, Donson still texts him and stuff, but I don't. I only communicate with him through the comments of my videos.
Donson just constantly sends Trevor pictures of what we're doing in us and what's going on, and it's always just hilarious and weird.
Yes.
Why?
Trevor sent a picture of his dick to Brandon Tolentino.
Beautiful.
And then he sent it to I think he sent it to Josh, and he made Donson look at it.
Very clean.
I don't remember why. It was some kind of... It was Valentine's Day. He took a picture of himself in the shower with his dick out
Jesus
and everything. I think he might be close to the boss here. Yeah, just let that guy...
frame rate drops when he hits the barrels, though.
Hey, man. It's the PS3. It's 2009.
Come on, bitch.
He's laughing at you, dude.
He's a fat, stupid fuck. He reminds me of clowns, and that reminds me of, like, everything I hate in the world.
That's true. Remember the time that we complained about how we were like, no one likes clowns, why do they exist? And then people commented that they actually like clowns, and I was like, what?
Fucking... It was like one guy, and I was like, this guy is obviously part of the problem. He's obviously fucking insane.
I'd never actually seen someone like clowns before. I actually think Jesse Wood said he likes clowns.
Well, Jesse Wood is very clearly insane, so...
That's true. You phrased that so, like, medically.
It's just like, well, obviously.
Well, he also likes ICP, so...
Whoa! Oh, red flag.
You didn't know Jesse likes ICP?
I did not.
He's like a lifelong fan of ICP. Because he thinks
there's so much middle school rage flowing
Well, he
back
wasn't a
into my
juggalo.
Body.
He just liked the music.
That's acceptable. As long as he wasn't like a juggalo.
I don't know why you would think Jesse would be a juggalo. But anyways,
as long as you're not tattooing fucking hatchet mans on your body, then you're fine with me.
What the fuck was I talking about? Trevor, yeah. Only interaction with him is through the videos. So, I currently have no idea if he really loves my Life of Pablo review or just is hate posting it everywhere. Because he posted it on Facebook, like, to his friends and everything. And I was just like, I can't... But he, like, he responded to every comment on the video.
Oh, my God.
And the one guy There was one dude who was like complaining that I was comparing the album so much to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and saying how like they're different purposes and stuff like that. And Trevor, but the thing is, the way this guy's comment was worded was like completely stupid. Like the guy clearly doesn't know how to write. So I couldn't really understand exactly what he was trying to say, but Trevor responded, "This is the only guy who makes sense in these comments." And I was
I saw that one.
watch your words there, Trevor. I don't know if "makes sense" is how I would describe this comment. That video, hilariously, has 11,000 views and a lot of dislikes, so I know that Kanye fans have found it.
Amazing.
Like, I know it's been picked up by that
That's why
circuit.
Trevor was sharing it, so it could get shot on.
Possibly. Maybe. But yeah, I don't know, I think he would love the video just because it was so passionate and I was so drunk. And it's funny because I didn't come up with this at the time, but my response to that guy who said that, like, I shouldn't be comparing them would be that I was drunk and I didn't plan to compare them. Like, I went up there just ready to talk about how shitty the production was and everything. But the point I was trying to make was just simply that I like Kanye's persona, and I think he can communicate it well.
Yeah.
Like, he has made albums where he communicated his persona, and I understood what he was going for. But on this album, he doesn't. Like, I know that he's trying to be this certain character, but it doesn't come off as interesting. It comes off as boring because of the way he underproduces the album.
Yeah.
That's all the point I wanted to make, but I ended up doing a 10-minute analysis of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy completely impromptu just because I was drunk, and it was a rant. And it was blowing my mind while I was saying it. Like, there's a part at the very beginning where, like, I say something really deep, and then I'm like, hold on, I have to take a minute. I didn't expect to go deep like this, you know, like, I was not ready for it.
Going balls deep in some Kanye analysis.
Yes, so that is why the review came out that way. It wasn't that I was comparing it to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, it's that I got onto a tangent about My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I don't think I even went, maybe I did go back here, I don't remember. Gotta fight the spider now.
I got a chunk of spider stone. This is gonna be a blast.
I just don't want you to die and have to do all this again.
Yeah, me too.
You have a kind of weak weapon, though, so I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the bastard sword. You just can't really use it.
Yeah, I want my shield. If I had upgraded this, it wouldn't be so bad.
I had, like...
Just making sure I got, like...
When I fought this boss, I had, like, I think I had heavier armor, and I had ridiculous poise.
Of course.
Ridiculous poise. I think I did a few levels before this one.
Fucking crazy shit, man.
This is sort of a harder boss, so good luck.
Turpentine.
I definitely remember having to heal on this a lot. So yeah, that was fun. It's funny to me that we communicate with Trevor.
This is Old Spice. I heal my magic with Old Spice body wash.
Yes. You don't use magic, though.
Yes. I wanted to point out that I had Old Spice. Okay.
I also don't know if I've mentioned this on the show, but I am the most hype I've ever been for a game for Dark Souls 3.
Fuck yeah.
And it's hilarious because I just did a podcast not too many weeks ago about how hype is evil and no one should feel it and how everyone's stupid for being hype.
Now you're part of the problem.
On the Procrastinators podcast. If you don't listen to Procrastinators podcast, by the way, if you're a fan of Digi Bros, you'll probably enjoy that. It's me and my friends talking. Victor listens to it. He likes it.
Yeah.
He's found very ambivalent.
Yeah. I'm always ambivalent.
It's a good show. I usually listen to him back and enjoy him. But yeah, the Procrastinators podcast is me and all my internet buddies, and we talk about random topics, and it's entertaining. But we had one about
my God,
hype.
You know damage.
You're doing, actually, I mean, it'd only take like 10 of those.
Okay.
Yep, do it again. But yeah, we were talking about how hype is evil and the devil and how there's no point to...
Oh, shit.
No, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way.
No. Oh, no.
Well, now she's just going to do the thing she was doing to you before when you came in, so...
Yeah, I can get through that with my shield.
Yeah. Well, I was, like, hiding in the back of the room, like, in there, but that's not a good idea, because it's got its own dangers. I had a lot of healing items. But
Shit.
I think what you did was probably better overall.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, and then I played through all the Souls games, and then I watched some footage of Dark Souls 3, and I really just have no reason to believe that it won't be the best game ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's got the graphics and feel of Bloodborne, which, like the hardest thing about going back to Dark Souls after Bloodborne was the graphics. Like,
yeah,
that realization of just how far they'd come, and like, because Bloodborne's fucking beautiful. Like, not just in terms of graphical fidelity, though that's a big part of it, but the level of detail, where there's like, every room you go into, there's like cabinets everywhere full of stuff, there's chairs, and like, it looks lived in, like, you know, it looks like a place where people still reside. Dark Souls has like some generic shit scattered around every once in a while, but most of it's just like cliffs, you know. The world feels like it was once alive, but it doesn't have that vibrance that the world of Bloodborne has. Even this game is more vibrant because it's not trying to be a world, it's more just levels. It's just like really cool levels that are really memorable, whereas Dark Souls is like a world.
Oh shit, he hit me up.
And so yeah, like Dark Souls 3 has that Bloodborne feel of like tons of detail, really high graphical fidelity, just gorgeous to look at, but while having like, you know, the Dark Souls, you know, backing to it.
Yeah.
I think it'll be really cool. I don't know if I'll like it as much as Bloodborne, just because I like Bloodborne's combat the most. Yeah. And, I mean, they are doing some interesting things.
I'm interested to see what they do with the combat in Dark Souls 3.
Well, do you know what the biggest change is? Is that you have weapon
skills.
arts.
Yeah, weapon arts.
Yeah.
Now it's more like Sword Art Online!
Oh, God.
When I had first heard of the weapon arts, I was like, oh, Dark Souls is dead. Well,
really?
Before they had said, like, that Miyazaki was back and stuff.
Why did the weapon arts make you think that?
Just because, like, I figured they would start going for skill trees and stuff. Like, if they started making it more like generic RPGs.
No, I think it's just every weapon has the one thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they revealed later. Right. But that was, like, the first thing anyone knew about the game was the weapon arts. I see. And I was, like, very afraid.
That was the last thing I knew about the game. I
didn't
start researching it until, like,
thing that had been, like, announced.
But yeah, it's because, like, in Bloodborne, all the weapons transform and shit, and they have, like, a much bigger attack range, so it was going to be kind of weak to then put out a game where it's just standard weapons again, and there's no, like, variety in what you can do. So they came up with this whole system to make it so you can do, like, special attacks with each weapon that take up, like, an MP amount or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is
you
great
have a magic meter again.
Yeah, like, in this game, if you don't do magic, which neither of us does, the magic meter is fucking useless. Like,
yes.
It could just be cut out entirely. But a lot of people who do use magic say that the magic meter was a lot better than the like system from the Dark Souls games. So
I never got into magic in Dark Souls because it just seemed like weird. I would be pressured to not use it because you have a limit to it like that.
Yeah.
It was certainly weird. Strange.
They made magic
system.
work the same way that healing worked. But it's an offensive thing, so it's more like you want it to be able to refill at any time.
I was like, if this is my primary way of fighting and then I run out, like, I feel like I'll be super fucked.
The lore and story of Dark Souls 3 seems really interesting. I am deeply ready to find out exactly what the story is and what it's all about.
You better learn the story of Dark Souls 2 then. Dawson and Shane keep teasing me by saying, they're like, you know it's continuing the story, it's all one plot line. I'm like, no, Dark Souls 2 never existed, it's not the same story. You can omit it and it's fine. You don't need to know anything about Dark Souls 2 because it never happened.
I mean, they have shown that there's things from Dark Souls 2 in it, but it takes place in fucking Lordran again. It's clearly more Dark Souls 1. You know?
I am announcing, in my opinion, Dark Souls 3 is Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 never happened. Dark Souls 3 is probably going to be what Dark Souls 2 was intended to be, you know, story-wise.
Right. Well, like the first lines in the trailer, the cinematic trailer, were like, ah, yes, indeed. In Lordran, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, it's Dark Souls again. Like, you know, they started off with yes, indeed, like all the other Souls games other than 2. Every single one starts off with yes, indeed. And then she said Lordran, and that's where the first game took place. The second game was in Drangleic. Clearly, it's more of a sequel to the first game than the second game. There is giants, which were a thing in the second game, but like
they were a thing in the first game too.
Were they?
Yeah. Remember, there was a war
of the giants
against, or I guess it was a war against the dragon. But yeah, there were giants.
Yeah, the war against the giants.
Because the original world was supposed to be a world of giants and dragons.
Yeah.
I think. I don't fucking know.
I think you're actually remembering the second game.
Maybe I am. Fuck the second game.
They never really.
There were giants.
They never really addressed giants in the first game.
Yeah.
The second game was about giants. But yeah, I don't think you're gonna need to know the actual specifics of Dark Souls 2's plot. I don't think it's gonna be like hugely relevant to know any of the character names. You know, I don't think fucking Nishandra is gonna make an appearance.
Yay, I did it!
Right.
I stayed extra patient and played the most boring way possible, and I did it.
It worked really well.
That's how I'm getting through this game. I was like, I'm just gonna be patient, I'm gonna wear heavy armor and have a shield like the first time I played.
That's basically what I did.
Yeah,
I played with heavy armor and a huge fucking sword.
It feels very nostalgic and different to play this way.
Now you gotta go back to the Nexus, because you're not gonna do 2-2.
Very clean.
2-2 is fucking rough.
Yeah. Fuck a duck.
Alright, next time on Digi Bros.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.